Intel shares surging more than 16% following a Wall Street Journal report that rivals Broadcom and TSMC are exploring independent deals to split up the chip maker. Broadcom is reportedly interested in acquiring Intel's chip design and marketing business, while TSMC wants either partial or complete control of its factories or foundry business. Intel's up more than 36% this year after today's gains, but have been nearly cut in half since the start of 2024. Dan, this is one that is in your Gen AI acronym as we are seeing up there right now. So take us through the Intel
By the way,
pieces.
I played the game right, Guy. You see what I did there? Some of the folks on this desk don't do it. But what I was trying to do here is kind of go after some laggards. And this action is pretty interesting. Guy's been making the case, I think, for a couple years that Intel is too important of an American company just to continue to flounder like this. And so when you see what's going on, it's really a shame that the Biden administration didn't come around to this kind of quicker. I think they gave them maybe $8 or $9 billion as part of the CHIPS Act. That wasn't going to do anything. They don't have a CEO right now. That chip design business is probably more than 3/4 of the value of this company. I think that's one of the main reasons why the stock has rallied the way it has from maybe $20 to where it's trading like 27 or something like that. There's a gap to be filled above of that. Any way you look at this thing, as some of the parts is probably a bit higher. I think it's gone too far, too fast. I'd be really surprised if we get any announcements in the near term. These sorts of things without a CEO in place are probably pretty hard to navigate.
Carter, you got to put these things in context. We're flashing all kinds of timelines for charts here. Massive moves that we're seeing very much in the green. But if you look longer term, it's a very different story. So what do the charts say to you about whether Intel has more room to run?
Sure. I mean, that's just it. Time frames. It's ever thus, and one has to know who one is in the market and what one's time frame is. We know that this stock still is way below its dot-com peak up in the 70s. It's right now a $27 stock, still down some 60%. And yet what we also know is it's been basing and bottoming for the better part of 10 months. It keeps holding 1819. Now it's thrust aggressively on heavy volume from that 1819 level to where we are at 27, and we are into the gap that I guess Guy referred to. That was a drop in gap on earnings on the 1st of August. And so a natural sort of resting spot, if you will, for this current day-to-day thrust would be to fill that gap. That's not much higher. That's at 30.31. At that point, you would be back to a level of overhead supply. And if I were in this stock and had caught this move, I would be cutting it back by half above 30.
And Guy, this is interesting. Speaking of volumes, I mean, this thing right now, it looks like as things are settling out, has traded about 260 million shares today. The 10-day average is roughly 116 million. There was a lot of activity today.
Yeah, almost 3 times normal. We'll call it 2.5 times normal volume. Absolutely. Dan was kind to say, I've been pointing that out. He was also kind not to point out, I've been saying it since it was a $50 stock. So it's been wrong. But with that said, I mean, if you look technically, the latest low we made is a bit of a double bottom from the fall. Nothing's been fixed at Intel. I want to be crystal clear. But the stock can still go higher. And Carter and Dan are right to point out those levels. 31 gets us back to the levels that we broke down from in July of last year. I think that's where it's headed. Then we'll have another conversation.